Did I ever tell you about the story about how I nearly lost my broker license? Crazy story. So I had 5 sales going on. I'd done 5 deals to 1 buyer. It was the biggest deal I'd ever done. I thought I was the best broker in Dubai at the time. I'd been in the market for around a year at the time. Long story short, the buyer took ages, was messing me around, like ignoring my calls and stuff. Didn't want to do the deal. I eventually convinced him to do the deal. We got the deal done. I collected the check, signed Form B, but he signed a manual MOU. He didn't want to sign a digital MOU, but for some reason I agreed for him to sign this manual MOU. I was that desperate to do a deal. I'll do whatever it takes to do this deal, because the commission was around £100,000 to me, and I was like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes. I get this deal done, and then months go by and the deal's still not transferred. Bear in mind, the commission's gone on the board. Everyone in the office knows. 20 years old. I think that I've just made 100 grand. So I go and buy a Porsche and the deal's not transferred, stupidly. Deals goes on and on and on for months, and I start to get a little bit nervous, and my dad's calling me up and going, Aidan, what's going on with this deal? You said that it was meant to be done. I'm like, yeah, dad, it's gonna get done. My dad puts a lot of pressure on me in terms of like my first year to close deals and make money and make sure that it was the right decision. In the end, the buyer started ignoring my calls. I was showing up to his office and he weren't even there. He was ignoring me. He was keeping me in reception even if he was there. He would not ignore me. He would tell his receptionist to tell me to go away. I was like, oh my God, this deal's not gonna happen. Months went by. I set the wrong expectations with the seller from the get-go, which is a big mistake. Months went by. Coming back to how I nearly lost my broker license. Seller gets his lawyer in, sits us down for a boardroom meeting, starts threatening me that they're gonna sue, that it's my fault that this deal didn't go through, that I didn't protect the seller's best interests, and that they're gonna take the checks, obviously, of the buyer and cash the deposit checks. And then I'm getting threatened to be sued, and I'm also getting threatened for my broker license to be taken off me. It was the lowest point in my career. I went from an all-time high of nearly making 100 grand at 20 years old, thinking I'm the bollocks buying a Porsche, to nearly losing my license and thinking that my career was over.